All right, all right, all right. It's Kevin Garcia, aka the Puerto Rican Kid KG, and this is Fight Hype. And today, we got something special for y'all, man. We got, not one but two. The first legend, the certified one, the other one in the making. And we got a special event going on this Saturday, October 12th, 2300 Arena, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Taylor Garcia Part 3, The Rise. And if y'all don't know who this is, I certainly don't need to introduce him. You probably need to do some research, but I'll help you out as Danny Swift Garcia. Appreciate you joining us today, man.
I appreciate you, bro, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. Danny, so much we can talk about, and I know we're looking forward to Curmel joining us in a little bit. But to kick this thing right off, let's talk about it. This is your third card, Taylor Garcia, The Rise. Talk to us about this card and what can we expect?
Oh, definitely. Like you said, we got the brightest young stars, Swift Promotions on this card in Philly, October 12th at the 2300 Arena. We got Dylan Price. He's undefeated. He's knocking on the door for a world title fight. He's the main event. Then we got Curmel Moton, one of the brightest young stars in boxing, making a lot of noise. Then we got my fighter on there, Quincy Williams. He's 3-0. We got female boxing. We had so much young, great talent, and it's going to be an epic night. I can't wait. I mean, everywhere I go, people are talking about this in Philly, so it's already making a big splash. You could stream the fight on dmdb.com. That's the official streaming platform. It's a website, so you have to type it in www.dmdb.com, and that's where you can watch the fight.
Yeah, and obviously Curmel Moton, he's a big draw in this fight, and fans are interested. Can you explain a little bit about the relationship? Obviously some people thought, hey, he signed with Mayweather, he's doing this promotion with DSG. Break it down for us a little bit, Danny.
Oh yeah, definitely. He signed to Floyd Mayweather, 100%. And I was brainstorming. I said, look, how can I make this big? How can I make it bigger? How can I make this fight card bigger? And I said, that the young kid, he's making a lot of noise. Let's try to put him on there. We reached out, we came to an agreement, and that was it. Only probably took like a week to get it done, and it got done.
Yeah, that's dope. And I know a lot of people are excited to see him fight. He's been, pretty active this year. I think this is like his fourth fight, right? It's gonna or fifth, something like that. But with that in mind, just for the fans who don't know, how well do you and Curmel know each other? Do you guys have a relationship before this, or this kind of
no relationship at all? I just know him. I just seen him fight. I just know him off social media. I seen he's making a lot of noise, and I figure, who's a young guy that is making a lot of noise? They can help, help us pump this thing up a little bit. And it was him. And we reached out to Floyd, Richard Schaefer, and it was done. It was that easy. It took like a week, not even.
Yeah. And again, this Saturday, October 12th, right? So, I know there's a lot of different things going on at the event, and we're definitely going to get to some of those big announcements that DSG, Swift Promotions is putting out there. But is this just a one-off, or can we expect Curmel to return?
Oh, you saying Curmel?
Yeah, we know Swift Promotions ain't a one-off. We on the third one, right?
Well, we should be having another show November 30th. I don't want to announce who we got on there yet, but we would love to have him back. Yeah, for sure. If we can have him back, we will. We plan to.
No doubt. You think Floyd's coming to this card? Is that something that we can expect?
I don't know. I mean, I hope so. I hope so. I hope Floyd pops up. That would be love. But not, it's all good.
Yeah, no doubt. So look, there's so much we could talk about, right? But let's talk about Danny Garcia. So we just saw you in the ring, and just looking back, Danny, you've had a long run. Obviously, you've made history. You definitely put Philly on the map. You put Puerto Rico on the map, and you're doing great things right now, right? You're giving back to Philadelphia. You're bringing fights there. You're putting Philly fighters on the card. You're bringing main attractions. Just think about it all, man. What do you think is probably the most memorable thing that you've done in boxing? And what do you think, or what would you say you're most proud of?
I'm proud of everything I accomplished because I know where I started with. I started with nothing, like literally zero. No rich parents. I come from North Philly. I was a Puerto Rican. They come from North Philly. At that time, they didn't even look for Puerto Rican boxers in Philly. So I would say I created that culture of Puerto Ricans, at the Barclays, American Puerto Ricans, especially at the Barclays Center. what I accomplished there. You know, I headlined it 8 times. I sold it out multiple times. You know, I won a unified 140, 140 up 7. I became a champion. I fought one time at 154. I tried to win a championship at 160. You know, after a 2-year layoff. I fought 14 world champions. You know,
Long list.
yeah. So the list just goes on. You know, I'm proud of all my accomplishments, and when you really just sit there and look at it, it's like it's amazing because not a lot of people can do that. You know, and I'm not the type of fighter to toot my own horn, but if you really look at what I've done in the last 10 years, I'm not even supposed to be here right now. They call me an overachiever. You know what I'm saying? When I started beating guys like Khan and Matisse, it was calling me an overachiever. You know, my run was supposed to been over. You know, I outlasted everybody in the game. 12 years on top, championship fights. So to me, you know, I always knew what I was made of. I was the top amateur. I knew I'd be a great pro. You know, everything I did it because I wanted to be the best. I dared to be great, and that's pretty much it.
Are you fulfilled?
You know, I'm happy. I'm happy. I didn't. My last fight, I would have been 3 division world champion, but that would have made my legacy even better. But you know, I tried to do something that only a few ever did. You know, only a few people started at 140 and went up to 160 and became a world champion. Only a few. I mean, I think Trinidad did it. I think Cotto did it. I think I would probably, Oscar did it. Probably been like the 4th person in history to do that. But I think the layoff got to me a little bit. You know, the inactivity. It was just hard for me to get back into that mindset, that championship level mindset. And I think that's all it came down to.
Yeah. And I mean, now you like we said, you know, how we opened this up. You've got fight cards going.
For sure.
You're moving pretty fast. I think I went to that first, like the promo for the first event felt like just a few months ago.
Yeah.
And we on 3 already.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. So, you know, I didn't want to let, you know, what my last outcome of my fight discouraged me. I already had the fight planned for October 12th. And to me, to just start giving back, honestly, to the fighters in Philly and bringing fights back to Philly as a promoter, that means more than me than everything. You know, that's like a big accomplishment for me. To me, this is a big thing. You know, to me, promoting boxing and this show I have on October 12th is really a big thing for me. You know, especially bringing Curmel, a young talent, Dylan Price, Quincy Williams. I'm signing fighters. I'm giving them a platform. Everyone's talking about it. For me, I just want to take over the boxing world as a promoter. And I really believe I'll be one of the biggest promoters in boxing one day.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously we wish you nothing but the best of luck at that. But do you think or are you at a point where promoting is fulfilling enough to where it could replace boxing? Or
yeah, definitely. Because for one, no, you can't fight forever. Everyone knows that. So you will always have the fighting spirit. And that's why I understand that why fighters fight till they can't fight no more. It's because I used to always wonder, like, why guys got so much money and they just keep fighting. It's because you're a fighter. You're always looking for that next high of being a world, that and new, you know, that big check. You always want that next high, but you got to learn how to transfer that over, you know, to giving back to the younger guys and building the future outside of boxing. So to me, I've always been a businessman. So to me, it's going to be an easy transition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, I was there for the fight in Vegas a few weeks ago. And, you know, it was early on in the week. I was watching you get interviewed and, you know, somebody had asked you if this was it. This was the last fight. And I thought it was really premature. You know, you was there to fight, to win, to get the chip. I know you came motivated and with a purpose, you know. But now looking back, again, talking about your legacy, thinking about all you've accomplished, all you're already doing and promoting and the direction you want to go. You know, I ask you this with the utmost respect, Danny. Are you retiring? Are you continuing to fight?
That's a good question. A part of me is saying, you know, I can't leave the sport like that. You know, I can't leave the sport with a loss like that as a competitor. And then another part of me is I got 3 beautiful kids. You know, I made a lot of money in boxing. A lot of young people look up to me. I'm inspiring a lot of people. You know, I'm doing the boxing promotions. So right now, I just feel like I'm kind of at a crossroad where I just gotta wake up one day and my body and whatever my body tells me how I'm feeling, that's what I'm gonna do. but I really haven't made the decision yet. And if I do plan to fight, it's not going to be 3 more, it's not going to be 2 more. It might be 1 more, just to go out with a W and go out with a win. So that's where I'm at with it right now.
Nah, and listen, I respect the feedback on that. I know it's a tough question, and honestly, whatever you decide, I know the fans will be happy. You created a great legacy, Danny. So appreciate that.
Appreciate it, sir.
Nah, no doubt. It looks like we got somebody joining us. We got a special guest here, Curmel, the big deal Moton. How you feeling, Curmel?
Great. It's training and stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. So we've been talking about a lot, and I definitely want to bring it back for some of the fans who are just joining, or obviously the ones that are curious about your standpoint on a couple things. And October 12th, just reiterating this Saturday, 2300 Arena, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You're headlining a big card, Taylor Garcia. It's number 3, part 3, The Rise. Right? Can you explain the relationship a little bit between you and Danny and how this came to be, Curmel?
That's Danny and his team. They reached out to my team, and we have been talking for a little bit. But I gave me on this card. Like Danny said, he want to get all the best young fighters on here. So, I was real thankful that he reached out to me, gave me the opportunity to come to Philly and showcase my skills.
Yeah, for sure. And you've been moving at a lightning speed. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think, I was guessing. I think it's number 4, or is it number 5 this year?
This year will be number 5.
5. There you go. Yeah. So 5 fights in 1 year. You're 18 years old. You're really making a buzz. So I know the fans are really excited to see you again on another fight card in 2024. Talk to us a little bit about this fight. What do you or don't you know about your opponent, and what do you think you're going to bring that maybe you didn't worked on from your last event out? What can we look forward to?
I know my opponent. He's a tall fighter. He's like almost 6 foot or something, but. I'm used to being the shorter guy, and I'm gonna come. Let my combinations go. Expect fast, explosive combinations, a lot of skills, head movement, sharp footwork, and if my guy don't belong there with me, I'm gonna get him out of there early.
There you go. Let me ask you a question, Curmel. Look, you're 18 years old. Obviously you're moving really quick. Like we just had 5 fights. You're signed to Floyd Mayweather. How do you deal with it all, man? Does it ever feel like pressure? Is it something that you even think about? What are your thoughts when you really think about the position you're in and the folks that you signed to, some of the expectations that come along with it?
Yeah, there's definitely pressure. I got a lot of eyes on me. I'm one of the biggest prospects in boxing right now. So, there's pressure for me to perform every time. But, I'm ready for this. My whole life, this is what I've been dreaming of. It's what I work towards. So, I'm not gonna cry about it now that I got it. I'm thankful, and I'm working hard every day to make sure I'm able to live up to those expectations. And pressure makes diamonds, so I feel like it's just gonna turn me into a diamond, and I'm gonna shine.
Yeah. They say pressure make diamonds or bust pipes, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
you're doing your thing. You just gotta keep going forward, and I'm sure you will. And on that note, something I wanted to ask you because. Look, again, signing Floyd Mayweather, there's always going to be comparisons or questions, right? But do you ever get tired of Tank questions?
Yeah, love it. Love it, yeah. Because I'm my own person. A lot of people say I look like him. I don't even think we look alike, but yeah. Yeah.
No doubt. And, how do you feel you get away from that? Or how do you feel like you forge your own path? So when people are talking to you, that's not a question that maybe is brought up.
Just keep doing what I'm doing, keep winning these fights, and eventually, down the line, I'll get a world title shot, and I'll become world champion, and I'll be my own big name in the sport. I'll be solidifying my legacy.
No doubt. Appreciate you, Curmel. And now, there's tons of stuff I still want to talk to you about. Talk to Danny a little bit about what he's got going on and, just kind of transitioning. There's so much going on in boxing right now. I wanted to get you guys' thoughts. So, look, at 130 pounds, Curmel, the division you're currently fighting in, you got a guy in Lamont Roach, right, who's going to fight Tank. And I just wanted to get your thoughts because, the world knows you've sparred with Tank before. And just based on that experience, what do you think Lamont Roach has got to be on the lookout for in this fight?
Of course, the power. Tank likes to wait on his opponents. Analyze them and then work off big counters and stuff. Like Lamont just gotta be him. Be busy, win them rounds, stack up them rounds, and then Just be sharp on his defense.
Yeah, and you know there's some controversy about the fight, but in your opinion, do you think because some people want to count Lamont Roach out, right? He's moving up. Maybe this is the toughest opponent. What are your thoughts on the fight? One, do you think it's a valid opponent? And two, do you think Lamont Roach is more in the fight than people might give him credit for?
Yeah, both of them is true. I feel like Lamont's definitely a solid opponent. You know, he's moving up. I feel like Tank, he tried to fight Loma, and I don't really know what happened with Shakur, but I know Loma didn't want to take the fight, but and I don't really know what happened with Shakur. It just didn't fall through. So, you know, Lamont's a next solid opponent. You know, he's moving up. He's chasing greatness, and Lamont's a very solid fighter. You know, a lot of people are overlooking him, but it's definitely gonna be a great fight.
Yeah, especially considering your promotional company and then the relationship that Tank obviously has had with them in the past. Can we ever expect you on the undercard
of Tank?
Yep.
Who knows? Charles, possibly.
Break down the fight for me, Curmel. How do you think it plays out? Tank versus Lamont Roach.
I think it goes a distance. I don't know if Lamont will win. I feel like Tank gonna struggle in the first few rounds to find them big shots, and then he's gonna switch up his game plan. He just gonna start trying to win the rounds. You know, just start boxing, letting his hands go more, and Tank will probably win the decision.
Got you. Danny, just want to get you both in on this. So switching gears. Thank you for your feedback, Curmel. Switching gears a little bit, right? Because we got two eras of boxing here. We got Curmel Moton, 18 years old, forging a legacy. You know, I started this by saying we got two legends, one certified and one in the making, right? So thinking about that in your different mindsets, I wanted to get you guys' thoughts individually, and I'll start with you, Danny, on this whole Ryan Garcia lawsuit thing. You know, from your opinion, Danny, and just where you come from, would you rather get it back in blood, like they like to say, get it in the ring, get your revenge there? Do you agree with the lawsuit? What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
No, it's a lot going on with that. But me, I'm a fighter. I ain't crying about nothing. I get it back in blood. But it is a business, though. It is a business. That's one thing I can say is that at the end of the day, it really is about the money. You know, so you gotta do what's best for you. It's however you feel. You can go the legal way, you can go the fight way. It's just how you feel.
Yeah. And, just thinking about it, right? Because obviously there's been a lot of debate what happened in the fight. Was it the Ostarine? Was it the defense? What do you think the biggest culprit was in that loss?
I don't know. I know they have a history. I know they both fought each other 3 times in the amateurs. So anytime you fight somebody you beat before in the amateurs, it's kind of like you already know you can beat them. Like I always say this, when Garcia fought Tank, he never got in the ring with Tank. So it was kind of like it was like a respect a little bit. But when you beat somebody before already, it's like kind of like no respect. And I feel like that's what it really came down to. That's why Garcia was able to be so confident and win the way he won, is because he knew he could beat him already. And I just think it was a mental thing. It was more of a mental thing than anything.
Yeah, like he knew him a little bit better, so he felt more confident.
Exactly.
And just kind of wrapping that up, and I'm going to bring you the same questions, Curmel. Undisputed Game just came out today, or yesterday. I know it's recently released. So Danny, are you in the game?
I know they reached out to me. I was supposed to get like my body scanned or something.
Yeah.
I think they wanted me to do like the week of the fight or something, and it was like, there's no way I could do that. But hopefully, I'll get in it somehow, some way.
Yeah, because I think especially because you and I, Danny, are around the same age. You remember Fight Night? It's a popular game.
For sure.
Just thinking about being in the game and then being removed like Ryan just was. I just wanted to get your perspective. Do you think that was the right decision?
Why did he get removed? I don't even know why.
Because of his situation with some of the comments that he made, and the WBC kind of, they suspended him for that. He made some comments that were considered racial offensive.
I mean, I really don't know. I don't really have no comment because I don't know what's going on. So I really can't answer that question.
There you go.
Yeah.
Curmel, same questions for you, Curmel. thinking about this whole thing, right? And now you coming from a different perspective, a little bit younger. And that doesn't mean that you don't agree with Danny, but just from your perspective, would you rather get it back in the ring, get it back in blood, or do you think the lawsuit is appropriate, or a combination of both?
Me personally, I would have looked for the rematch and just make sure that Ryan tested clean stuff, make sure it was a fair fight, and then I would have wanted to get it back in a rematch in a fight instead of like a lawsuit and stuff. But I mean, as far as Devin goes, can't blame him for he want to get more money out of it, and Ryan cheated, so at the end of the day, he doing what he got to do.
And do you think, in your opinion, what do you think was the bigger culprit, or what do you think was the culprit in general? Was it the ostering? Was it Ryan or Devin's defense? What do you think lost that fight for Devin?
I don't really think it was the ostering, because I mean, the steroid's not gonna make you get hit with the same punch over and over. At the end of the day, he come with that hook. Be ready for it. But like Danny said, they do have history, so they both really know each other. And I feel like Ryan was just a better man that night.
Got you. Danny, I wanted to get your thoughts. I appreciate you, Curmel. I wanted to get your thoughts, Danny, on the Tank Roach thing. So just your thoughts on the fight in general. What do you think about the fight? Do you think that it was the right opponent for Tank?
I think it's a good, solid fight. Lamont is a champion. He is coming up one weight class, but Tank fought at 130 before too. So they both really 130 pounders fighting at 135. It's a good, solid fight.
Do you think it's pay-per-view worthy?
Yeah, I think it's pay-per-view worthy because Tank he's the ticket seller, he's the draw. So I know he does like 250,000 buys no matter who he fights. So I don't think that's really going to be an issue. People really love him. People really
Tank,
love
for sure.
Tank. Yeah, they really love him, so they're going to support him.
Give me a breakdown, Danny. How you see the fight going?
It's going to be a good fight. Tank is just strong, man. It's hard to it's hard to not pick him because he has great skills. He has a good chin and he's strong. But I just hope to see a good fight. That's it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sometimes the underdog got that chip on his shoulder, and people do have bad nights in boxing. Every night's not going to be a good night, so you can never count nobody out.
Yeah, I think it could be an exciting fight. We'll see what happens December 14th, right? When it rolls around. Tank and Roach, they've obviously had history, been going back and forth early on. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, right?
For sure.
Let me get both of y'all takes on a really big fight that's happening this weekend. Bivol versus Beterbiev. What do you think, Danny? Who's gonna win that fight? How?
When you talk about a fight, that's like a real fight. It's like those are one of them fights. It's like you're gonna fight that night. Like you waking up like you in for a fight. That's that type of fight. I know them type of days you wake up, you in for, that's a real fight. Like that's gonna be a grueling fight. Both guys in the prime of their careers, both in their 30s, but really just peaking. And both of them are champions, got the champion mindset. Both of them undefeated. I don't know. I really don't know. That's a real 50-50 fight, but I know that it's gonna be. I think it's gonna end in a knockout. That's not going the distance. Somebody's getting knocked out in that fight for the first time.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know because I can see both of them knock each other out. I can see. I really don't know who to pick. I really don't.
Yeah, no, I get you. It is going to be a tough fight. You got a boxer puncher and you got a puncher come forward fighter, right?
Yeah, that's a fight for sure. That's a real fight for boxing.
When you think about yourself, Danny, and your history, who would you say like you had a fight that's comparable to where like going in, you knew it was going to be a fight, and coming out of it, you felt like, man, I was just in a fight.
Definitely. I would say Amir Khan, Matisse, Thurman, and probably Spence. I'm like, I know those was going to be fights. I know they were going to be fights. Especially the Lucas Matisse fight. I knew I was in for a fight that night.
Would you say that's your toughest fight?
It was on paper. I mean, I was the crazy underdog, but yeah, it was tough. Like physically, yeah, because he busted my eardrum. I was like pissing blood after the fight. Like, yeah, I felt that for sure. Like, it was definitely a tough fight.
If you had to compare your style to either or, because again, these are two contrasting styles, right? Bivol, a boxer, but also he got a strong punch. Better BF come forward, all power. Who would you say you would compare your style more to, Danny?
Yeah, more better be off. I'll probably say him. I'm more of a come forward power puncher. Yeah, definitely. I would say Bivol is more the European style boxing. Uses the range, has that off tempo bounce, straight punches.
Got you. Curmel, same thing. Better BF Bivol is happening Saturday. What do you think? How does that fight go? What's your breakdown?
It's definitely a 50-50 fight. Fight is really just gonna be a battle on whose will is stronger. And I spoke to some people that have sparred, like both of them, and from what I've heard, they said that Better Beef was gonna wash him. But I don't really know if I agree with that. But,
Yeah.
I don't know if I had to bet, I'm putting money on Better Beef, just because every fight he's had has ended in a knockout, and that's for a reason. So it's really hard to go against somebody with that type of power. But Bivol, he got that footwork. I feel like it might throw off Better Beef a little bit. He might not be able to get his timing off. So it's like, I don't know, it's really a 50-50 fight. I could give reasons why both guys could win. I don't know. It's gonna be a battle though, for sure.
So thinking about yourself, and obviously you've had a short professional career, a longer amateur career. Was there a guy that gave you that kind of fight where going in you expected the fight and coming out you felt like you were in the fight, or not yet?
I mean, one guy, I fought him probably like 4 times, and he's a big power puncher in the amateurs. I always knew fighting him was gonna be, tough. I always had to be on my A game. Probably Marcus Luther from I don't even remember where Marcus from, but he's a tall southpaw.
Got it. Marcus Luther, you just got a shout out.
That's what it be the history. That's what I'm saying. It's always the history of the fights that makes it a hard fight, because it's like they already fought you, so they kind of know, so they don't respect you. I mean, they don't respect you. It's the fights that like people never heard of that give you the hard fights.
Yeah.
Is there a guy like that for you, Danny?
What? The guy that
nobody never heard of that just gave you a tough time?
Not really. I mean, raw soccer, that was easy work.
There you go. I bet. Look, I definitely appreciate both of y'all time, and I have a few questions left for Danny. So before we go, I want to get into that, but I do want to thank y'all for definitely talking about the fight and the event. Most importantly, October 12th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 2300 Arena. You got Taylor Garcia, Part 3 to Rise. Curmel Moton's headlining that. Bunch of great Philly fighters on there. Definitely, we'll have all this interview back up, and you'll get to catch up and hear who some of those guys are. And again, your breakdown for some of the other stuff, Bivol, Better BF, Lamont Roach, all the things we talked about. But I cannot let Danny Garcia out of here. You good, Danny?
Yeah, hold on, my bad. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. I cannot let you, Danny Garcia, out of here without asking you this question, because last time we spoke, and I know you probably spoke to a lot of people since then, but last time I hollered at you was probably right before your first event. And during that interview, I asked you jokingly, but you confirmed if you had attended a Diddy party. So, Danny, you got to give us the play-by-play, Danny. We need the play. So I got a couple questions for you, Danny.
Yeah.
How you get invited to a Diddy party? Tell me that.
It's like you in Miami and you out partying and people like, yo, we're going, you want to go to the Diddy crib? They have an after party. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
It was all, like I said before, to me, it was all positive. I had fun. I can't really speak for other people.
I mean, like, do you get a gift bag?
Nah, it's just, you go, you have fun, you drink, you know what I'm saying? You see people. And that's pretty much it. You go home.
So no, like you ain't see they wasn't giving out no free baby oil, you nothing like that, Danny?
Nah, I don't know about
All right, last question. What time you leave, Danny? What time was you out of there?
Staying probably like 3 or 4 a.m. something like that.
I promise you that was the last one. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Unless you got anything else.
Look, it was all love with me. I had fun. You know, I can't. You know, I was good. I was chilling.
Any thoughts on this, man? Like, seriously, you know, it's unfortunate. Any thoughts about this whole case and him getting locked up? And
you know, I just, you know,
shocking, right?
It's touchy, man. It's touchy because you know he got a family and everything. So he got kids, and you know, I don't wish no bad on nobody. You understand? You just gotta wait till the case unfolds, and whatever the verdict is, the verdict is. And you know, I don't judge nobody. You know, I just let the court system do their job, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, like Diddy and them, his family showed me nothing but love before, you know? So I'm the type of person, if you let me in your house and you show me love and respect, I will never talk bad about you.
It's Puerto Rican in you.
No matter what's
Puerto
going
Rican
on.
in you.
It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no doubt. Can we expect Meek Mill at the fight?
At my fight?
Yeah. Quick segue.
Yeah, why not? I invite him in for sure. He's Philly love boxing. Meek walked me out before.
Facts. You know what? Actually, I wanted to just touch on one thing before we get out of here. We got a giveaway Saturday. Then you want to let them know about it?
Yeah, for sure. So, Saturday we giving out a free car. We giving out a Kia. So all you gotta do is sign up for dmdb.com, and we're gonna do a giveaway at the fight. We're giving away a brand new car, and you know, dmdb.com is basically a website. It's everything in one. You know, it gives 80% of the revenue back to you. Instead of like YouTube and everything, they give you a portion of the revenue. So you sign up with dmbb.com. It's kind of hard to say sometimes, but you sign up, you get 80% of the revenue, and everything goes to you. Phyllis Jagger, Mark Cuban's in it, so there's a lot of big guys behind the site. And yeah, we're giving away a free car.
And yeah, to be at the arena.
Yeah, you have to come to the fight. You have to be at the fight. Yeah, you definitely have to come to the fight. And the car will be there. We'll announce the winner that night.
There you go. Great fights. Car giveaway this Saturday, Philadelphia. Curmel, anything you want to share with us before we can get you out of here?
So I appreciate all your support. You know, tune in October 12th, Saturday night. Put on the show.
Knockout?
Yeah.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. Big deal. Swift. We appreciate y'all. This FightHype.
Appreciate you. See y'all then.
Peace.